Alright, TTC, Carolina fans, let's go ahead and jump into this nonsense. Don't have much time to do a video this morning, so we're going to have to be hopefully short, sweet, and to the point here. So the most important thing to say about the game is congratulations A&M. You guys just came out, curb stomped us in every facet of the game. We brought more than we could handle, a lot more, honestly. And so congratulations to y'all. Kenny Hill looks like the real deal. Speedy Noyle looks like he's just going to be an awesome guy for y'all right from the get-go. Y'all's receivers showed up a lot more than I think really anybody other than A&M fans expected. I don't remember hearing anyone other than an A&M fan predicting that y'all were going to win. So I mean, not that that matters, but I'm just saying that y'all pulled a great upset and looked pretty damn good doing it. And all A&M fans should be extremely happy and excited about the season because y'all just look awesome, and congratulations to y'all. I of course predicted that we would take this game 38-24, so I was wrong. I admit that. Go ahead and come on here and let all the fans who didn't have any dog in this fight, go ahead and laugh and say what you want. Man up and take it, because that's what men do. So I'll admit that I was completely wrong about the outcome. The only thing about that is, while I will completely admit being wrong in the areas where I was wrong, let's go ahead and be clear about what I said and what I predicted, because there's already been some videos made about arrogant, idiotic Carolina fans predicting things, and let's just be clear about what I said. I made no prediction about an SEC title. Let's go ahead and be clear about that. I didn't predict that we were going to come out and just curb stomp, start to finish, A&M like they did to us. I mean, I didn't predict that, so let's go ahead and just be clear about that. I'll take my lump for what I said, but not what I didn't say. As a matter of fact, I said specifically that I have, no dislike towards A&M. I have no interest in being disrespectful towards them. I said that Kevin Sumlin is either a genius or a great coach. I don't know which one I said, but one of the two. I stand by that. I said that I would love to see him succeed Spurrier here at Carolina. So I gave him praise for being the great coach that he is. I said very clearly and unequivocally that their offensive line is better than our defensive line, and that their running game is better than our run defense. If y'all remember, I predicted that they would have at least 150 yards rushing. I didn't anticipate they would have 150 yards rushing in the first quarter or every subsequent quarter after, but they did. So, I didn't come on here with a bunch of, biased, humorous nonsense. Although I did say that we were better on paper. I was wrong about that. We're not better on paper, on the field, or in any facet, or under any axiom. So, there's that. Let's see, what else do I have to say here? As a matter of fact, I told Real Sam, if you notice in the comments from my last video, that I wasn't going to come on here and be some arrogant jackass running my mouth about how great we are and how much we're just going to run A&M out of the stadium. I said I wouldn't do that. I didn't do that, and so a couple people are on here. Actually, Magnum's on here calling me out by name, saying that I did such things, but I didn't. So let's just be honest about that. One other thing that I want to address, this whole attempt at psychology by Uncle Lou appears to do. You demonstrated very clearly that you don't know what you're talking about, so I would advise you just to stop. As far as past being the best indicator of the future, you've recommended people Google that. Well, you probably shouldn't have, because if people actually Google that, what they're going to see is that you're an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about, because that axiom is something that's used for like Dr. Phil and Idiot's Guide to Psychology is where you can see that kind of stuff, where psychology is reduced and simplified to idiotic proportions. But actual psychologists use Bayes' theorem, and if anybody wants to learn about psychology, look up Bayes' theorem, because that's what's used to attempt to predict things in the way that Uncle Lou was saying. It's not, for example, if you committed a certain violent crime in the past, you're however percentage more likely to predict or to commit another violent crime. That's not the way that it works. Like I said, it may be what Dr. Phil says, but Dr. Phil talks simplified to idiotic proportions, pseudo psychology, and any real psychologist will tell you that. Any peer-reviewed psychological journal will tell you that. The APA will tell you that. So, yeah, great fail on that one, Uncle Lou. I guess that 130-ish IQ just kind of failed you there. As far as your comment, Magnum, maybe you're not as dumb as I thought you were. The jury's still out on that. You're still kind of dumb. Honestly, anybody who claims to be too smart for a library, using 5th grade grammar, by the way, yeah, that's arrogance to an idiotic proportion. So yeah, you'd have to be dumb to say that kind of thing. So until you do something brilliant, I still think that you're dumb, and that's all there is to it. But nonetheless, we're still in a position to have an awesome season. One game doesn't predicate the entire season, no matter how good or bad it is. If we had come out and played the game that A&M played, I wouldn't be saying, yeah, we're going to win the SEC, because it just doesn't work that way. We've clearly seen that team can rebound and regroup from one game like that. For example, Georgia a couple seasons ago played really badly against us, and we went out and ran the schedule after that and did really well for the rest of the season. Those things can happen. I'm not predicting odds on that. I have to look more into Georgia to make predictions for that game. But apparently, Real Sam is going to be supporting ECU now. So I'm not sure if he's going to make videos about them or not. But if so, it'd be cool if he does, because that's another team that has no representation on here. So it'd be good to get a different perspective. I don't know if anybody's leveled the two-teamer at Sam for that. I personally don't think that you should. I think it's a perfectly respectable reason. When you go to a college campus, you get surrounded by the atmosphere, and sometimes your loyalties change. There's no shame in that. I don't think it's two-teamerism, and I don't think that anybody should call him out for that. But, that's just me. I still, not to say that I'm a fan of, but, I still like to see certain teams do well. Mainly the teams that, I had a couple FCS offers for scholarships coming out of high school. And so, those teams that offered me, I like to see do well. Those are Coastal Carolina and Wofford and University of Maine, which is kind of weird, but our head coach went to be defensive coordinator there the year before I graduated, so he kind of put in good words for people. But so that's how that works. But anyway, I like to see those teams do well. I'm not a fan of them. I don't own any type of paraphernalia of any of those. But anyway, I digress. This game doesn't indicate where we are as a program. I hope. Our defense played like absolute shit, and there's no question about that. There's no denying that. But I don't see our defense being that bad. I think that they might have overlooked A&M a bit. too big of a hole before they realized it, and before we knew what was going on, A&M was able to just do whatever they wanted. That kind of thing happens if you overlook teams. So we got a lot of regrouping to do, but I have faith in our coaching staff that we can do that. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. No matter what, I'm going to be here with this Carolina jersey, or one of my Carolina shirts, supporting my team. I'm not going to vanish like I've already been accused of for guilty conscience, I suppose, reasons, because certain members of the TTC who have a history of vanishing have already accused me of doing that and warned me not to do that after their team just destroys us, which is yet to be seen if they're going to do that or not. But you're stuck with me for at least this season, as much as I have time. So y'all take it easy. Again, good luck to everybody else who's opening their seasons this year. Nobody suffers any serious injuries. Best of luck to everybody. Good day.